Yo guys, CFB here, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're all doing better than the last few days. I definitely am. Way better. But you know, we've got some news to get into just before we give you the preview of Chelsea versus Brighton. Will Chelsea finally win a game? Will Chelsea finally score a goal? You know, we'll have to wait and see. But before I give you the preview, I've got some news to give you guys, some important news. And I'm going to go through a little topic that's being discussed right now around Chelsea quite regularly, and quite heavily as well. So before we get into any of that, before we get into any of it, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description is my second channel, so, give it a check out. And yeah, without further ado, now let's get into the news. So, the first bit of news I've got to give you guys right now is this. So, Luis Enrique and Julian Nagelsmann are set to have a new conversations with Chelsea before the club make a decision. So, what I've concluded just from this little bit of news that we've just been given is that the owners are edging closer to making a decision. So a decision is literally over the horizon now, pretty much, for Chelsea on who's going to become the manager. And it's literally just down to these two. I think any other manager is out the equation now. I also heard Chelsea are not going to talk to Poch anymore. So that's brilliant news. You know what I mean? That's brilliant news. So it literally just looks like it's down to these two. But I reckon whoever it is, it will be on a pre-contract and it will come in at the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? That's what it will be. That's what it will be, especially if we get Nagelsmann, who is still the favourite. Everybody's reporting he's still the favourite, which is good to hear. If we get Nagelsmann, obviously he will come in the summer because he wants to break it and get into a job. So yeah, I'm hoping whoever we do get out of these two, they are watching the games as we're playing right now to see what the Premier League's all about and who would they want in this system and what they would do with each player in this team right now. I hope they're watching it. So yeah, that'll fill me with a lot more confidence. So yeah, the owners look like they're closer to getting an agreement done. Making up their mind on who they want as the manager. Now let's speak about the owners. A topic that's going around Chelsea Twitter right now heavily is, are the Chelsea owners to blame right now for the mess we're in? Now, I'm going to give it just a quick topic because I think there's only a couple bullet points needed for this, in my opinion, to see if it is the owners are the reason why we're in the mess. Now, are the Chelsea owners the reason why we're in this mess? Yes and no. Yes and no. I think a lot of people right now are just pinning the blame on the owners for no reason because they're an easy scapegoat. That's just my personal opinion. Whereas I think they have some part to blame and then I think they don't. Let's just go through the things that they've done right so far. So they've brought in players that we desperately needed. We desperately needed midfielders. We desperately needed all these new players, defenders and everything. Do you reckon Roman would have splashed a cash out? Let's be honest, since 16-17, Roman didn't really, splash the cash out that much. Let's be real. Let's be honest here. He didn't. And there was many positions we needed for many years and we didn't get under Roman. Do you know what I mean? So Todd Bowley's currently doing that right now. Obviously, rumours going about we're going to go and get a number 6 and a striker, which we need. Which that's also one of my cons about the owners, about their spending is, with all that spending, they didn't get a DM or a striker. You know what I mean? We need those two positions. And the owners' manager appointments have been crap. They've been crap. Potter was a bad appointment. And then even appointing Lampard as a caretaker, I'll be honest, I think I would have just kept Potter until the end of the season because at least we created chances. Do you know what I mean? But, we've only seen Lampard ball for the last 6 days. So, it could be all good, in this game we're coming now. The owners are committed. They've also brought in footballing names, footballing bodies from the highest departments. Christopher Vivel, Paul Winstanley, stuff like that. Were needed at the club. They've brought people in like that. It's a massive rebuild we need to do right now. And I think the players at the moment are they're facing the percussions of the chaos at the moment. There's a lot of chaos at Chelsea Football Club at the moment, Who's going to be the permanent manager? I think that's playing on the players' minds, not playing under a good manager in Potter and Lampard. I think that's also playing a part, Yeah, and I think, the owners coming out and saying we were going to win 3-0. I think I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's wrong of them to do it," but it shows that the ownership is confident in the team. He's supporting the team and stuff like that. Like, I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing, but I understand why some people are moaning, saying you shouldn't be coming out with full chest like that. Just be reasonable, like 2-1 or something like that. I can understand. But my thoughts on it all is I don't think it's all down to the owners, but I reckon they have some part to blame. Do you know what I mean? I think people are just scapegoating the owners a little bit. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on everything from that side of things. And let's get into the preview of Chelsea versus Brighton. So this is going to be a very tough game. Let's just put this here. This is going to be a very, very tough game. The last time we played Brighton, which was, I think it was the first loss under Graham Potter when he was Chelsea manager, we went to Brighton and we lost 4-1 or 3-1 or something like that. And the first half was awful, like dreadful, constant mistakes and everything. Brighton are a good team this season. They are a very, very good team. They will press you. They're quick on the counter. They can play quick passes and stuff like that. It's going to be a tough game, but I reckon if we could go toe-to-toe, with Brighton and make it a physical game, I generally think we can get a result tomorrow. We have the players. We have the players. Brighton aren't a team also to sit back and absorb the pressure, like low block. They're not the team to low block and break you on the counter. They can do it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if they're 2-0 up, they might do it at the bridge. But, they're not that team. They're the team that wants to go toe-to-toe with you, you know what I mean? And outplay you and have all the ball, do you know what I mean? That's the type of team Brighton are. And they're a quick team. Very skillful. Like I said, if Chelsea make it a physical game and we actually just go toe-to-toe and we believe in our ability, I think we can win this game. I think we generally can win this game. There's surely, even the form we're on, at least we win one game a month. The last time we won was Leicester 3-1, and that was a month ago. I checked it was a month ago. Bearing in mind there was a week break for international break, but it was a month ago. So surely, right? We've got to win at least one game. It's a shambles I'm saying this, you know what I mean? I'll be worried if we don't win this game because Crystal Palace, I think, will pick up 3 points. And they're 12th right now. They're literally, I think they're 6 points or 5 points below us. So if they win their game, they're only 3 or 2 points below us. And if we lose, do you know what I mean? So there's a lot to play for in this type of match. If Crystal Palace drop points and we win, we're higher up. Do you know what I mean? But surely, I'm just thinking to myself, there's got to be at least one game, surely, at the bridge against Brighton, who can be there for the taking. They can be there for the taking, especially with the team we've got. We've got a team full of great players. You know what I mean? And am I wrong in thinking, come on, we've got to at least win one game this month, surely. But I reckon one of the reasons why we're not playing really well at the moment, and I've seen a lot of Chelsea YouTubers talk about this, and I fully agree with it, is our mentality is shot. Our mentality right now is shot to the ground. We've got no mentality. We got this bloody mentality monster bloke from this New Zealand rugby team in to how make a difference, and he's done nothing. In fact, I think he's made the squad worse. Do you know what I mean? We need to up our mentality. The thing about the previous teams that we had, 15, 16, look at the team. You had your players like Eden Hazard in there. You had your players like John Terry in there, Diego Costa, Warriors. You know what I mean? I think Gary Cahill was in there. Warriors, you know what I mean? Players that will step up to the occasion, fight for the badge, literally fight for the badge. There's players in the team who will fight for the badge. Reece James, Chelsea fan, he will fight for the badge. But they haven't got that, experience of fighting for the badge. You know what I mean? They don't put it in fully, I don't feel like. Especially last game, I think Reece James were quite poor, actually. Really poor. But also, the season we won the Champions League, we finished 6th that season. It wasn't a great season, but you have players that will fight for the badge. Do you know what I mean? Look at the game against Napoli. Ty was pretty much done. I think it was 3-1 or 4-1 on aggregate to Napoli in the first leg. And what does John Terry, Lampard, Drogba, Cech, these players do? They fight for the badge and they bring it back. You know what I mean? They bring it back and we ended up winning that game and then went on to win the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? It's mentality. That's what's wrong with this team. They at the moment, they just don't have a mentality to go in and fight. You know what I mean? Think, all right, the chips are down. We've got to throw out all at it, They don't have it at the moment. They need to show it. How do you show it? I don't even know, I don't know. But there's a way of showing it, and I know these players can get it out of them. Frank Lampard can get it out of these players. I know it. I fully know it. So yeah, but this is a must-win game for Chelsea tomorrow. I'm going to give my lineup for you guys right now on the screen and what we should go with tomorrow as well for the Brighton game and what I think will be the best lineup. Also, Frank Lampard said players that haven't featured in the last 2 games could be getting game time. And also, Enzo Fernandez, I didn't realise this, in his contract had a +1 year added onto his current contract, which is like an 8-year contract. So that's been activated. So he's on Chelsea's books now until 2031. So he's here for like the next 9 years. So hey, fair enough. He accepted. So yeah, good. That's kind of good news, to be fair. So yeah, let me give you my lineup. So starting off, I think we should be going obviously with the 3-4-3. Don't do the 3-5-2. Do not do a 4-back at all as well. It should be the 3-4-3. Something we know. So I'm going to give you my team for the game tomorrow. Obviously, Kepa in goal, got to start. I think people were a bit too harsh on Kepa last game, to be fair. I'll be honest, I think they were a bit too harsh. Apart from the second goal where he did have Poppadom wrists, I think he did quite a good job. I think we could have been at least 4 or 5 down if it wasn't for him. So, Badiashile left centre-back without a doubt. Thiago centre-back and Wesley Fofana right centre-back. Badiashile has to start this game. Koulibaly is injured. He's out for tomorrow's game and is out for the Real Madrid second leg. So I think it will be Cucurella who plays left centre back. Oh no, I think we actually might have to go with a 4-back against Real. Oh damn. Oh no, I just realised. Damn. Badiashile left centre back has to come in. He hasn't been getting game time recently. Koulibaly injured. Do not play Cucurella at left centre back. Please don't, Frank. Please don't fall for that. Thiago and Fofana, there's nothing really to say about these two apart from they have to start. You know what I mean? They are 2 best centre-backs in my opinion. We could see Trevor Chalobah come in maybe. I wouldn't be too against it, but I think that those 3 would be best. I think those 3 would be best. They've got a good connection and they've done well in multiple games, you know what I mean, for Chelsea. So, then moving on to the 4 in the midfield, it's Ben Chilwell, Enzo Fernandez, Kante and Reece James. Yes, it has to be. It has to be. I know Frank Lampard said he's going to be giving minutes to players who haven't got minutes, so maybe Zakaria could come in. Again, I wouldn't be too against it. Please don't put Conor Gallagher in the midfield pivot. Please. Please don't. Ben Chilwell has to be off left wing back. He's not going to be playing against Real Madrid, so he's got a break there. He's our best wing back option. So he has to be in at wing back alongside Reece James. My problem with Reece James is ever since he came back from his most recent injury, he looks a bit like he doesn't want to put his all in because of, he's a bit worried about an injury. So I think the sooner he gets his surgery, I think the better. I think it's just a surgery that's holding him back. I say the season's off already. I think we're out of the Champions League. Go and get your surgery and come back strong for the next season. Hopefully we could win for the Premier League, you know what I mean? Hopefully. Kante and Enzo have to be in the pivot, in my opinion. They have to be. Enzo, just world class. He's playing every single game. He may as well just play until the end of the season. And Kante as well. I think against Brighton, I think he'd have Brighton's midfield. I think Kante would be up for this game. Kante knows what it's to play like for Chelsea. I think Kante is one of the few players who would put his all into the game. Do you know what I mean? In his Chelsea team, he played for the badge. He fight for the badge. You know, so that's the midfield four I'd be going with. And then the front three is where there's some change. So the front three, I'd go with João Felix off the left, Madueke off the right, and Datra Fofana as the ST. Now, I wouldn't be against Mason Mount playing off the left instead of Felix. I totally wouldn't be against it at all. But I'm just thinking, you know, maybe Mount's still maybe Lampard's still managing Mount's minutes as he's slowly coming back. Maybe he might save him for Real as well. So I think Felix will start, but I wouldn't be against Mount starting, to be fair. I really wouldn't. Madueke has to play. If Ziyech plays off that right-hand side, it's going to be Pulisic who's going to play off the left, isn't it? It's going to be, if it's a Pulisic, Ziyech, wingers, I'm done. You know, I'm done. I'll be fully done. Madueke has to play off the right. He's a sensational footballer, and I reckon he'd do really, really well against Brighton's back line, especially because of how direct he is. I think he'd have a good combination with João Felix. And up front, give Datra Fofana a run. Season's over. There's nothing to play for. Havertz deserves to be dropped. Aubameyang won't do anything against Brighton, in my opinion. I just don't think he will. I think he'd struggle against their back line. I think if Datra Fofana is someone you could run in behind, and that's very, very easily done. You could do that against Brighton. Brighton play not a high line, but they don't play a low line either. They play quite balanced. And I reckon Datra Fofana, I mean, last time we saw Datra Fofana was at Southampton, and he did a really good job in the first 45 minutes he was on the pitch. So, you know, give him a run in. Give him a run in. He's an actual number 9. I get it. He's still very, very raw. And not used to the Prem probably yet. But you've got to give him minutes at some point. I think he'd do a really good job against Brighton. I think Brighton's a good starting point for Datra Fofana. So, yeah, that would be my full 11. Let me know what would you do in the comments down below. So, score prediction for tomorrow. Like I said, surely we get a win at some point, you know. I think Nottingham Forest will be a 3 points, which is not long away. I think that's like 2 games' time, something like that. But surely we've got to win at some point. And I think, I know I shouldn't be confident, guys, but I just got a little feeling that Chelsea are going to finally wake up for this game and be there like, all right, okay, you know, we're not on form. We need to rack some form up. Looking at the table, we're not playing that good at the moment. So we need to do something. I reckon we'll go toe-to-toe with Brighton. I think we'll just come out winners 1-0. I think we'll just about win 1-0. It'll be a very, very scrappy game. It'll be one of those games where you're on the edge of your seat, especially for the last, like, 20 minutes. It'll be, like, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I mean? Chance after chance off the either side. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's going to be a sloppy one. We know it's going to be one. But, yeah, I think that will be the result. I think 1-0 Chelsea I'm going with. Cross my heart and praying. And I think it will come from a corner or something. It will come off a corner of some sort. So, yeah, that's my prediction as well. Just want to remind you guys as well. My Twitter is down below in the comments. I will tweet out if I'm live streaming the match tomorrow, because I might do a live watch along for the game tomorrow. So, if you can hear the back bang, it's just my little brother on his drums. But, yeah, turn your notification bells on and follow me in the Twitter down below to be notified when I'm starting my stream up. I think I might start streaming about 15-20 minutes before the Chelsea-Brighton match starts. And obviously, I'll be doing a live watch-along for the game at my house. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Yeah, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so, you know, you're notified every time I upload, and for the live stream. Yeah, let me know what everything I've just said in the comments, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.